Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button if you guys are fans of the content being posted onto this channel to always be in the loop with more content similar to this, and be sure to hit the video up with a like if you're enjoying the content. And with that being said, let's begin. Now, before anyone loses their mind at the idea of Jeepers Creepers 4 having to be confirmed, as of this recording right now, Jeepers Creepers 4 has not been officially confirmed. However, there are rumors and rumblings happening within Jeepers Creepers 4, specifically information having to come off of IMDb as well as iHorror.com, indicating the fact that Jeepers Creepers 4 as of right now does in fact have a completed script and is now, quote, ready to move towards development. As of course we've already known following the events of the ending of Jeepers Creepers 3, we knew that there was going to be another movie. However, as we continue to move on forward, the next installment may in fact be Jeepers Creepers 4. But as many people seem to be confused online, there's no official word as of right now on whether or not Jeepers Creepers 4 is going to be a sequel to the originals or if it's going to be a complete reboot. Now, as we make our way towards iHorror.com, courtesy and provided by Critical Overlord, the following article on Jeepers Creepers 4 goes on to state the following. Recent movement on the Jeepers Creepers 4 IMDb page has us curious about what's happening on the project. If you know anything about IMDb, it can be as relatable as Wikipedia at times, as, quote, anyone can edit pages and any information should be taken with a grain of salt, which again doesn't confirm anything, but the article then continues. But there are a few inferred things on Jeepers Creepers 4's page that immediately caught our attention. First, the page was updated on May 8th, 2020 and says the 4th installment has been announced, which it has not, and that in January a, quote, script was finished. We couldn't find the link to the recent announcements, but when IMDb labels an update as script, it means completed copywritten manuscript which has been picked up by a production entity for development. A script may take the form of a screenplay, shooting script, line script, continuity script, or a spec script. But here's where things get very interesting as it goes on to read, but more interestingly, Kirk D'Amico's IMDb page has him, quote, announced as producer above all of his other pre-production projects, which only further indicates if this is true, which again, take with a grain of salt. If this is factual, then we have a brand new producer behind Jeepers Creepers 4. As of course it continues, Kirk D'Amico is the head of Merit Productions, a company which according to them is a leading independent entertainment company specializing in production, financing, and worldwide distribution of feature films and television programming. We reached out to D'Amico for a comment, but he has yet to respond. From what we understand, a title can be tagged as announced for years in IMDb without any movement, which of course is true, but the Jeepers Creepers 4 announcement was updated on May 8th, 2020. This could mean two things. Either it's rolling along or it's going to be marked as such for years to come, which again does not confirm the official title of Jeepers Creepers 4, but more or less hints on the idea that the project is being taken somewhere versus having to be left behind. Don't misconstrue that piece of information. As of course it continues, the Jeepers Creepers 4 profile also had actor Jonathan Breck listed as rumored to return. Breck played the Creeper in the original and 2 sequels. We reached out to Breck's agent and asked if he knew anything about the, quote, recent announced status and Breck's association with the project. There's nothing to really say, his agent responded. We have no contact with anyone. However, that doesn't mean that something isn't being worked on. Jeepers Creepers 3 showed us that status for 12 years, which again, there's no indication that there's going to be any sort of reboot or that Jeepers Creepers 4 is confirmed to be in production, but rather having to be rumored to actually be moving forward rather than staying in place. As of course it continues, we checked back today and Breck's name had been removed from the Jeepers Creepers 4 IMDb page. The saga of the troubled Jeepers Creepers franchise is certainly a polarizing one. On the one hand, you have a popular series, and on the other, the convicted pedo Victor Salva who created it, which now when looking back on this article, I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to BS you like any of these other YouTubers who are blatantly lying about Jeepers Creepers 4 having to be confirmed, about Jeepers Creepers 4 having to be confirmed to be a reboot. If you guys want accurate and non-sensationalized content unlike any other channel, you come here and you will find the most accurate information in regards to Jeepers Creepers versus those who are trying to sensationalize it, because sensationalism is only going to get you far when you come across lying to your audience. Now, I know that many people, including myself, are stoked, ready, hyped, and excited to see another Jeepers Creepers. That's inevitable, and I think the movie itself is also inevitable. However, you can't really dictate that based off of a website leak or based off of a few rumblings from people, because unless we have irrefutable factual information to support the narrative from actors, to support the narrative from an actual company, that this movie is in production and there is set leak images or something of high profiles in regards to the movie itself, can we only then garner confirmation that the movie is in existence versus people simply having to lie for clicks. So this also applies to many websites that come across having to lie to their viewers in having to write these hit pieces that Jeepers Creepers 4 is actually a thing when the producers and the people behind the film itself don't even know what's going on. And of course, currently right now, based off of the status of what's happening in the world, it really wouldn't shock me if Jeepers Creepers 4 was placed on the back burner, given the fact of the world having to be in utter chaos right now, and that the movie industry itself is greatly suffering due to the effects of what's going on currently. Which, as an example, let's just say if Jeepers Creepers 4 was to be a thing early on this year, then more than likely right now, the idea and the concept and the overall execution of making this movie a thing is probably now pushed back way more so than before. And I'm not denying that there isn't a concept such as Jeepers Creepers 4, but there's no empirical evidence to support the idea that Jeepers Creepers 4 right now, as of this recording, is currently in production or moving forward towards a production despite a quote script having to be ready. So it's most interesting because every single person who is a fan of this franchise, every single person who really wants to see a change in this franchise, wants to see something from this product. However, none of us have expected to find ourselves in this position that we're in currently with the world. So with that being said, I wouldn't expect a Jeepers Creepers 4, at least not for the next year, or any information that's going to come from Jeepers Creepers 4 within the next year, because for everything to be stabilized and for everything to go back on track, things are going to have to stabilize around the world first before anyone starts making any kind of move. And make no mistake about it, at some point we are going to see a Jeepers Creepers 4, perhaps maybe a trailer, a teaser, a poster, some set clips, maybe some set photos, but at this current point in time right now, there is no Jeepers Creepers in production, in development, probably other than just a script. But by the end of all of this, I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below as to when exactly you guys believe we are going to start hearing or possibly seeing any information in regards to Jeepers Creepers 4, and more importantly, since the concept idea came up of a potential reboot, which once again, it was never listed on anything being a reboot, would you guys rather see a continuation off of the original movies, or would you guys rather see something of a reboot, perhaps maybe a TV show? It really all varies on direction. The one thing I definitely want to see is Victor Salva be removed, because for obvious reasons, I don't think that Victor Salva should profit. I think that Victor Salva should relinquish his rights to the franchise, as I've stated on record many times before, and I really see this as an opportunity for the franchise to grow outside of his name having to be plastered, which kind of gives recognition and people a chance to earn a living and actually be exposed more to the industry and getting more job offerings, and potentially even set up a narrative to where they can actually take Jeepers Creepers and rebrand that in the form of something more productive. But by the end, we're gonna have to wait and see what's going to happen, because as of right now, as of this recording, we don't have any additional information in regards to Jeepers Creepers 4. But make no mistake about it, there will be another film, but the only question here is what kind of movie is it going to be? When exactly are we going to be looking at a potential release date? Is it going to be 2021, 2022, 2023? Are we going to have to wait another 12 years for another Jeepers Creepers movie? So everything right now is really up in the air in terms of its value in production, but make no mistake about it, there is going to be another movie. It's just a matter of time. So again, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for listening. If of course you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, slap a big fat like down below by giving this video a big thumbs up. Tune back in for more informational videos and updates, guys. Thank you all so much for your support, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you guys down in the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.